to Grassroots Media. Welcome to this year's edition of the Gary's Paint and Body Shop Amy Hawk Show, where we cover everything on the field with the South Green Lady Rebels softball team. Usually I'm joined here with Lady Rebels head coach Amy Hawk, but she's not with us at the moment. Instead, we're with three of the junior Lady Rebels at the moment. Ladies, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Nevaeh Davis.
Paisley Brobeck.
Haley Williamson.
I know you got a game today in full uniform at the time. We'll talk about the game a little bit in the second half, but how excited are you for game day?
Very excited. I'm ready to beat Chucky Doak, honestly, really.
Ready to kick some butt.
Game day is always exciting.
And I know we'll start out talking about the season. We're a little bit late starting these out, but better late than never. You're 5-1 at the moment with 3 wins over conference opponents. You're starting out the season 5-1 in your first 6 games. Started with a 5-game winning streak, had that 1 loss yesterday to North Green, but at this moment, how happy are you with how the season started at this point?
I'm not content. I want to
Okay.
keep winning, obviously, but it's good to know that we are winning, and right now in conference, we look like we have a good shot at winning. So,
Along with her, I think we're doing good. I'm very happy with where we're going, and I think we can win a lot more.
I was going to say, just building on that, we could continue. We just need to keep our heads up, even if we get, behind a couple points. Keep going, move forward.
And then going throughout the season, I know you've had double-digit runs in most of, I think, all of your wins so far throughout the season. Usually whenever you start a season like this, sometimes it takes teams a while to get the bats hot, but with a 10-5 win over UH, 16-5 win over Happy Valley, 16-2 win over Johnson County, 13-7 over West Green, that's 4 straight wins right there with double-digit runs, and the closest game was a 5-run margin to University High. So the bats are hot early. What can you kind of attribute that to?
the start of our lineup's pretty good. So once somebody gets going, which for us has been Courtney and Whitney most games, that energy is contagious, and everybody's bats are hot by the end of the night.
Yeah, we always pick each other up, and we always just feed off each other's energy.
I was going to say, in the dugout, we're always cheering. We're always, keeping the girls going, and that's pretty much what it is.
Side question, talk about the dugout. One of my favorite things about softball is the chants. What are some of your favorite chants that you all have in the dugout?
Oh, gosh.
Definitely dirty balls.
Dirty
I was
balls.
going to say.
That's
Big dog, where we bark. Remember Katie barking
That's
last
exactly what I was going to ask. Did
Yep.
that carry over into this year's
Yeah.
team?
We have done it some.
We've got to continue the legacy.
Not as wild and aggressive as she did it, but we will.
I think dirty balls is definitely the one that we do, and all the parents are always like,
So dirty balls is kind of the team favorite.
Yeah.
I'd say.
But some of the teams have took it from us. I made it up,
They're
and they
stealing
took
our
it from
cheers.
us.
Okay, well that's good though. If
That
you have
is
somebody
good.
steal it from us,
Yeah.
then you know it's catchy.
Yeah.
Talking about the season up to this point too, out of those 5 wins, 3 are conference wins, and those are of course the most important ones. Usually you don't have this many conference games this early into the season, but you all did, and you all have passed with flying colors so far with a 16-5 win to open it up against Happy Valley, the 16-2 over Johnson County, and the 13-7 over West Green. How happy are you to start out 3-0 so far?
I mean, it feels great. We want to win conference, obviously, so we can win district and get in a good spot for regionals. That's what it's all about, is getting a good spot in regionals.
I'm with her. Winning is key.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. But we need to keep our heads up and, continue that running streak. And, yeah, we have 3 wins under our belt, but we need to keep moving forward with that and don't give up.
Talking about your personal play instead of just team play too. I know we talked about team play and how great the team's done so far. How happy are you with your personal efforts so far throughout the season?
I started the season pretty good at the
Okay.
plate. I was batting 700, and I struck out 3 times in the past 2 days. So I guess for me it's staying consistent at the plate, because I know that my team needs me, and try not to let that affect the rest of my game like a strikeout. So I just got to keep pushing forward.
I started the season off very good.
I heard you had a home run early.
Yes,
3,
me.
right?
3,
No,
okay.
2.
Two.
Me and
Two.
Courtney have
Still.
hit 2. Yes. Yes, and I've made some errors in the yesterday's game, and I got in my head a lot, and my dad was over there eyeing me down. So yesterday's game was definitely not my best, but we all have bad days, and I think I could do way better.
I was going to say, yeah, my beginning coming into a new team with me and everything, I think I started off really good and everything, but just being confident with the ball and trying the new positions that Coach Hawk has put me in, and just roll with it at this point and just do the best you can.
You were talking about too, kind of getting down on yourself. That's the hard part about baseball and softball. It's such a mental game. The same with golf. How are you able to stay composed? Is it something Coach Hawk tells you? Is it something that your teammates will do to pick you up? How do you stay composed and stay level-headed in such a mental game?
I think you have to, for me anyways, it's remembering who I'm playing for.
Okay.
And I play for my girls. Like, I'm a team player, and I know that they need me, and I've got to shake it off. Like, if I make an error, I know that I can't continue to let that sit in my head. I've got to think next play.
Yes, and I also get calls before every games. I get calls from my travel ball coach. Some of the colleges text me like, "Hey, I see you're playing today. Good luck." That really just brings up and gives me confidence. Like, you're watching, I can play.
I was going to say, like Nevaeh said, it's for the girls. You need to take it and go with it. I mean, can't leave a mistake coming on you.
And I know we started the interview with Chucky Doak. Seems like y'all are really excited to play Chucky Doak, chomping at the bit to get out there. Before we get out there and before we go to the second half, we need to do the commercial break in first. So we'll be right back to talk about that game and a few others here on Grassroots Media.
At Corner Pond, the friendly and knowledgeable staff has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pond can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories. And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Corner Pond is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Corner Pond help you today at 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greenville, Tennessee. For more than 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has served customers in East Tennessee with licensed and professional plumbing services. From installing your new faucet to replacing your existing piping system, our team at Tommy's Plumbing is trained to handle the job with professionalism, attention to detail, and integrity. By offering warranties on most products installed by our technicians, Tommy's Plumbing stands behind our work, ensuring that your plumbing needs are not only met, but that your problem is solved for the long term. When you need reliable and professional plumbing service, Tommy's is the only call to make. So give us a call today and let us show you the Tommy's difference.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Gary's Pet Body Shop Amy Hawk Show, where we cover everything on the field with the South Green Lady Rebels softball team. As always, and this time, we're joined here with Lady Rebels head coach Amy Hawk.
Hi, sorry I'm late. I had diarrhea.
That's okay. That's okay. We'd rather you be in there than in here with it.
Well, this is true, but if I have to get up and leave abruptly, that'd be the
That's okay.
culprit.
Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, no
But
problem.
Coach, I asked them in the first half. Right now, you're 5-1, 3-0 in conference. 6 games throughout the season. How are you feeling right now?
I feel pretty good about how the year started off. I definitely didn't show up to play yesterday.
I know. I think that was the thing last year too. I think the first interview we came in last year, and you were unhappy about the North Green loss, but you've got a chance to correct that going into Chucky Doak today. Let's talk about that. When you're 3-0 within conference so far, had the opportunity to bump up to 4-0 with a win over another county rival in Chucky Doak. So take me through that one and what we can expect and how excited you are to get out there today.
I feel like we'll do well against Chucky Doak. It's usually a competitive game, and it's beautiful outside today, so that's always a plus.
It's the first warm day of the year, really.
I mean, we've had fairly good weather. I feel like I've not had to break out the coveralls.
Not yet.
No.
I know you all talked about your excitement at the beginning, but go into it a little more thorough. You've got Chucky Doak today. How excited are you to get out there and play against him?
Slight work.
We may need to do some editing.
I'm just kidding. I'm excited. Conference play. It's a nice day.
I'm very excited to play Chucky Doak. I'm ready to run roll them.
I was saying same thing.
Yeah, she played there last year and we stole her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All I know is Gene Ward better not be umpiring today.
Okay. Oh, he's an umpire now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that. But going through the schedule a little bit more, I know Chucky Doak's your main focus right now also, but diving into early next week, you travel to University High on Monday, a team that you've already played and got a win over, and then you get another conference game here at home on Tuesday with the Hampton Lady Bulldogs. So take me through both of those games and tell me what you can expect as both teams from Carter County take on the Lady Rebels.
University High has always been a big rival when we were single A, and they've had some really tough teams. So, I look for them to be a challenge for us on Monday, and then Hampton on Tuesday. They've gone through a lot this year with everything that they, they're in a totally different school, and they had a new coach last year, and she really improved them. So I look for them to be much improved this year as well. And then what'd you say? Happy Valley on Thursday? Is that right?
If you want to go into that one, yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
got
you
Happy
said to
Valley
stop.
Thursday. Well, if you want to, that's another conference game. I don't know the next
Well,
time
you
we'll
said
sit down,
Carter
so-
County twice.
I know you get 3 straight with Carter County. Did you do that on purpose? Go ahead and get Carter County out of the way.
Yeah, I like to knock out Carter County like that. Boom, boom, boom.
I don't blame you one bit. But going into early next week for you all, also University High and Hampton. I know Chucky Doak, of course, your main focus at the moment. But what are you looking forward to in those 2 games next week?
I mean, just winning. I think we're capable of beating anybody.
Yeah, winning, excellent defense.
If we get down, keep our heads up and move forward with it.
Coach, the trend last year was Mountain Dew. You're 0-1 so far this year. No Mountain Dew on the table.
Well, I'm trying to quit, but.
I think you've been trying to quit for 3 years now.
So what are you saying, Tyler?
It's hard to quit. It's
I'm
hard
not going
quit.
to. I like it, and I'm going to drink it. Give me my one vice, okay?
Okay. And it's Mountain Dew.
And it's still Mountain Dew.
Ladies, for you all also, that was a trend last year. We asked favorite sodas. It doesn't just have to be one, it could be more than one. What are your favorite sodas?
Like, my all-time favorite is probably Sprite, but I've been on, like, a root beer kick here recently. So.
Coke.
I was gonna say Coke, so I'm from Pennsylvania, but we don't have Dr. Enough, and Dr. Enough down here is the best. I love Dr.
Fun
Enough.
fact, I've been to Pennsylvania twice. One time I did go to Cracker Barrel. They do have it there. It's the only place in
Really?
Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Apparently Cracker Barrel has a contract with Dr. Enough. She's nodding, she knows. Apparently they have a contract with Dr. Enough where they sell Dr. Enough in every Cracker Barrel.
Really?
So if you go to a convenience store, Walmart, you won't find Dr. Enough.
Yeah.
But if you go to Cracker Barrel, you'll find them there.
That's
So if
where
you're ever
I'm
on the road up
That's
north,
where I'm
you
going.
need a Dr. Enough and you're just dying for one,
No, we'll never need
go to
one.
Cracker Barrel. Go to Cracker Barrel. Are you still not a big Dr. Enough fan?
I won't drink it at all.
I bet it sells well in the concession stands though.
It does.
I bet it does.
Yes, it does.
I bet it does. You talked about going to Europe. How fun was that?
It was one of the best trips I've ever taken in
That's
my
awesome.
life. I like to travel, like to see new things, and I like history, and there's just a lot of history there. Our country is not that old
Yeah.
compared to them, and you just think these buildings have been standing here for, forever, it feels like, or
Where-
seems like.
Where would you go?
We went to Rome, Florence, Milan,
Okay.
Paris, and ended in London.
So you went a lot of places over there in Europe.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Last question I'll ask you too, kind of off topic today since we've got beautiful weather outside today, but I came here on Monday and I interviewed Coach Ramsey and weather didn't cooperate for him that day. It was raining, rained out their game. I want to ask you, when it comes to a rainy day like that and you need to know the weather up to date, up to the minute, what's your preference of a weather app?
Well, if you ask Terry Hosey, it's always going to rain it out.
Okay.
That goes back when he coached with Hartman, when I coached with it, always going to rain it out.
Okay.
But I usually look at WCYB,
All right.
but
so
I
you go to
also
the
look
news.
at well, they have their own weather app or whatever,
Okay.
but I look at Weather Channel too. and sometimes I wait for somebody else just to tell me what's going on.
Gotcha. Coach, I believe that's all we've got today. You've got about an hour and a half till first pitch out there against Chucky Doak. I've got that game today, so I'll see you out there here in just a little bit. But
good deal.
thank you for joining me today.
Thank you,
Thank you for joining
Tyler.
us late. Thank you all for joining us also. Thank you all for watching this week's first edition of the Gary's Paint and Body Shop Amy Hawk Show. Look forward to seeing you next time here on Grassroots Media.